Alright, this is Totentons. I'm back for part 2 of day 1 of our hardcore standard run. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to jump right back in. We're going to go to the shore, and we're going to go to the Distant Lands Dude Ranch 4 times. And then we're going to hit the gift shop. We're going to get the UV resistant compass. And then we're going to get our plans, our planks, and we're going to build the dinghy, and we're going to go to the island. We're not going to go and get the whole outfit just yet. Let's just go ahead and hit it once here. And we should get our last writing desk. Go ahead and wipe it out. That's going to get us the necklace so that we can unlock the second floor of the manor. But before we proceed with that, let's hit our campground, go to our witch's set, fight a bishop, and digitize it. Now from here we have a few options, but what I want to do first is let's go to the Cobb's Knob, go to the harem, and let's get the outfit real quick. If we get the harem girl first, we can go ahead and just kill her, and we should hopefully get the outfit. If we do, put it on. We don't have perfume yet, so let's just hit the harem one more time. We'll get a non-combat here that gives us the perfume effect, and then we can hit the throne room and kill the Goblin King. Again, just like with the boss bat, you can change the monster control device to whatever if you want to get one of those rewards. I recommend just leaving it at 10 so you get more stats. Once we get his crown, let's go ahead and equip that and put our barrel back on, and then we'll go to the Island of Mystery, hit the Pirate's Cove, and we'll get the outfit. If you got your non-combats pumped up enough, we're at negative 25. That should be good enough for Mafia to retrieve the outfit for us pretty quick here. And so we got After 8 Adventures. We could put it on right now and start the first leg of our Fledges quest, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's go ahead and go to the Brotherhood of the Smackdown. Go to the Smackateria, and let's get 15 candles. And then we'll go visit the Hermit. And we'll get a couple of figurines. If you were lucky, you may have gotten some other figurines at some point. We didn't get any. Usually at the Goatlet you'll get some figurines of a cold seal. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll fight these two figurines of an ancient seal. These are free fights. You get 5 of them per day as a seal clubber. 5 potential ones. So you can either hope that you get ones during non-combats, or you can also buy a few different ones from the guild. But the most of the ones that you get in non-combats as drops, you'll have to use imbued seal candles to fight. And you get that by using the powdered seal bone you get from fighting an ancient seal and combining it with seal blubber candles. Let's go ahead and go get one more ancient seal. We'll fish for a worthless item. We'll get that seal, and then we'll fight it and kill it. Whole point of doing these is it's free stats. And since we don't have any other figurines, we'll go ahead and go and purchase some. So we have a few different ones. They each have different requirements for what you have to summon them, and they'll let you know what it is when you try to summon them. So let's go ahead and do a cute baby seal. And we need 5 seal blubber candles. How many do we have left? We should have probably 1. And as you can see, we actually have 4, so let's buy 1. And then we'll fight that cute baby seal. Oh, he's so cute. And now he's dead. You get a severed flipper from those. It's a okay weapon. We're not going to use that for anything. But It could be useful if you need to change that fish hatchet out of your offhand to increase combat. So we do have 2 imbued seal blower candles, but we can't use those for anything right now. Let's go ahead and use that meteorite aid. So let's go back and let's get one more figurine. This time we'll do the figurine of an armored seal. I think that's 15 candles we need for that. So I'll just buy 15 real quick. Buy that. Fight him. Apparently we only needed 10. No big deal. We'll use the other ones tomorrow. And we'll kill him. You get an ingot of seal iron. You can make some stuff out of that. It's usable. Can't work seal iron without a hammer. We're not going to worry about that right now. So our goal at this point is to get up to level 9 as fast as we can. So let's go bust that ghost in the conservatory. And that's the ghost of Lord Montague Spooky Raven. You're Lord Spooky Raven's father? No, we aren't friends at all. I don't actually care, the ghost rasps. I'll be killing you regardless. Yeah, he sounds like a nice guy. Let's go ahead and blast that ghost. And then we'll talk to Lady Spooky Raven to open up the 2nd floor. Restore our MP real quick. Talk to her again. And let's hit the Haunted Gallery. We're going to want to keep our non-combats as high as possible. It shouldn't take you 10 turns, but it might. But we'll just go ahead and run it, let Mafia do it, and it should retrieve the dancing shoes for us. Alright, so 6 adventures, we got it. Not too bad. Now we're going to hit the bathroom. And all we're going to do here is just get the powder puff. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, hey, Totentons, aren't we going to set up the guy made of bees for tomorrow when we fly her? No, you're not going to do that. Do not set up the guy made of bees. It is a waste of time. You're going to spend probably 30 adventures doing that. And that's 30 adventures that you could use for something that's actually important, like leveling up or doing actual quests. We're not going to flyer the guy made of bees. What we will do tomorrow for flyering is we'll grab those flyers as soon as we can, and we'll use them every single turn while we're doing all the quests we have left over. And so we'll spend 0 extra adventures flyering. Alright, so 7 adventures, we got the powder puff. Let's hit the bedroom. And I recommend using your banishes here. If you get the rustic nightstand, banish that. All you get from that is some moxie. We don't care about that because we're not a moxie class. The ornate nightstand you want to kill the first 2 times. So first time you get it, get the spectacles, put those on. And next time you get it, look under the nightstand to get the camera. Take those specs back off. And then you can banish him if you get him again. The animated mahogany nightstand we don't care about, so we'll banish that. The wardrobe nightstand is okay to kill if you're a muscle class. Go ahead and check the bottom drawer, and you usually get a muscle point per encounter with that. So it's a good way to level up fast if you need it. So I just go ahead and fight that each time. We got our bishop from the digitize. That's a free fight. So that's free stats, and you get extra wine. You only have 5 witches fights per day, so this really extends how much booze you get from that by digitizing them. Alright, we got the elegant animated nightstand. Pretty quick here. So we'll kill that, get the gown, and then go talk to Lady Spooky Raven. And then hit the ballroom, and this should get us to level 10. And there we go, we hit level 10. So go to the council. We're going to get the quest for the garbage. We'll use our enchanted bean that we got when we yellow raid that bean bat. And you'll notice that by now we've lost the yellow ray cooldown effect. So let's check and see what our calculate the universe says. And we have 87 to war frat work. And so we'll go ahead and do that. Make sure you verify you have the MP for disintegrate first. Alright, so that must not have been accurate. Let's go ahead and just wait for that to refresh. Yeah, so we have to wait 3 turns. The guide hadn't refreshed, so that's fine. What we're going to want to do at this point is pump up our item drops. So we'll cast Ode. And then we'll drink 3 wines. And we're going to leave that thermos. We're going to use our meteorite instead. That fills up our liver for the day. And let's use our modifier maximizer and see where we can go from here. We got terminal. We'll unaffect Ode to Booze and cast each of these. Make sure that you have your tot with the ninja costume on still. And let's go ahead and just add those to our mood. Alright, so that takes our item drop up to 355. Not quite good enough. So we'll go ahead and feed our car some more food and booze. Make sure you don't feed it your hot wings until after you've done the Fledge's quest anyway. But anything that we don't care about, we can feed it. Get all these spicy burritos that we won't be eating, so we can feed it that, and then we'll drive observantly. That's going to take our item drops up to 400. That should hopefully be enough. So we'll want to use some more banishes here. Spunky Princess, I banish. Yeah, you can get the Assault Umbrella. That does have elemental resistance, and it can help you open up the ground floor, but we don't care about that. Burly Sidekick. If you have to, olfact him to get the wig. We got it right away. I usually olfact the healer first. If you get the non-combat, get the model airship first, and then just go ahead and do the combat choice after that. Protagonist, banish him as soon as you see him. He has an effect, Amnesia, that if he casts that on you, it's going to suck real bad. Investigate the crew quarters. You should be encountering mostly the mechs here, unless your monster level isn't high enough. And as you can see, our daily affirmation wore off, so we're only at plus 75. Let's go ahead and just hit the space gate real quick here and get our emotional vaccine. And that's going to pump our monster level back up to 100. Irritating series of random encounters. You can fight these if you want to get some of the soft green echo eye drop antidotes. I don't really care about getting too many of those. They aren't useful for removing on the trail, so you can olfact, but I'm just going to get rid of them. And you should get your first Immateria after 5 turns here. If not, double check that your encounters are dropped low enough. Negative 25 seems to be good enough most of the time. So we're waiting for another 5 turns of delay till we can get the next Immateria. And we've already got our Mohawk wig. All we need is the Amulet of Extreme Plot Significance so that we can unlock the ground floor. And of course you'll get your Halloweener encounters. When you get the 20 turn encounter here, make sure you grab the tennis ball. It's just another banish to have available, which we'll be using that on day 2. We want to have probably at least 2 tennis balls for tomorrow. So first time you get her, olfact, and then wipe them out. And of course she dropped the amulet the first time. So we got our amulet and our wig. We're good to go for the first floor of the castle. So from here we can just let Mafia run it for us if we want. I would set it for, we got another 15 turns before we should get the sock. So I'll set it for 15 and then I'll let it run. Just make sure that when you let it run the turns for you, always watch your HP. because if you don't have it set up properly, you'll get beaten up, and then you'll just keep getting beaten up until you notice, or until you've used all those turns up. But depending on how you set up, it may abort for you if that does happen. Alright, so I did a manual stop after 11 turns here, just so we can yellow ray that frat work real quick here. So we're going to go calculate the universe, and we're going to enter in the digit here, and then we're going to disintegrate, and we'll get the full outfit, which we'll need for tomorrow. And of course you get some stats, so that's nice. And then we'll let that run the remainder of the turns to get the sock. Right, so 3 more turns got us the sock. Now we'll put on our amulet, and then we're going to assemble our second clover. And you don't have to necessarily put the amulet on now, because there's a way to get that non-combat to repeat itself. But I just like putting it on just to save time. So we'll hit the basement, we'll confirm, and so using that gets us all the stuff for the wand. Let's go ahead and just make that real quick. If you have more clovers than just the 2 that we started with, that's great. Save those. Now we'll adventure in the basement. And you want to keep your non-combats as low as possible. Let's go ahead and just see if we can increase that a little bit. Alright, so we just need 2 more. There we go. So let's drive stealthily. Then hit the basement again. We lost a little bit of the scene here, but we spent a few turns in the basement. Trust me on this. So we're going to go for 11 turns here on the ground floor until we get the boning knife. And we get it after 5 adventures, so we still need 6 more here to unlock the top floor. So we'll go ahead and run those. And we just want to keep an eye on the HP the whole time, and abort if we have to restore. Alright, once we get the nothing more to do here message, we're good to go. Put on that mohawk wig, and then hit the top floor. And with luck, we'll get a non-combat pretty quick here. It doesn't matter which one we get at this point. We got our bases covered no matter what. Now, some people will collect the thin black candles here to use to summon the greed demon. We're not going to be doing that because we skipped the entire first floor of the manor, so we aren't going to be able to summon that demon either way. Alright, so we got the steampunk giants non-combat. So if you get that, just harumph and disdain, and that will use the model airship to complete the quest. If you got the goth giant, just choose the steampunk choice. If we got in the punk giant, we'll just get his attention. We got the wig on, so that would have finished it. And of course the rave giant has an option to lead to the punk rock giant. So let's switch back our hat, and then we're going to go back to the castle top floor, and we're going to get the steam powered model rocket ship. Make sure you have your choices set up like this. The punk rock giant now has a choice for the steampunk giant. We want the goth set to steampunk, raver set to punk, and then the steampunk choice set to get the model rocket ship. This shouldn't take very long. We'll just run it, usually just a few turns if we're lucky, and we'll have that to open up the hole in the sky. And with 2 adventures we got it, so Switch to our space jellyfish if you have it. And spend 3 adventures in Hole in the Sky with the space jellyfish. The reason why we're doing that is after 3 turns in that zone with the jellyfish, you get a non-combat. That gives you a choice to choose who you're going to fight. And just keep an eye here. So we have stars, but we have no star charts. And so we'll want to follow him to the astronomer, and then kill the astronomer to get our star chart. Now the monsters here in this zone can be kind of tough, so just keep an eye on your HP if you automate this. And we'll run 6 turns and hopefully get it in that many. We're setting our goal as Richard's star key. Alright, and we got after 4 adventures, so we're good to go on that. And let's go bust that ghost. The ghost in the treasury drops some spectacles that give you a bonus to meat drop, and also causes random items to drop at the end of fights that you can sell for meat. So if you are hurting for meat, you may want to equip those. Otherwise, they can be helpful on the non-meat quest later on. Alright, so from here, where we're going to go is to the distant woods and the forest village, and then grab the continuum transfunctioner, unless you have Bale's script that automatically grabs it for you. Put that on. And then we're going to go to the 8-bit realm, make sure that On the Trail is no longer active, and go to the inexplicable door. Our goal here is to encounter the blooper as soon as possible. You can use macro meteorite. You can also use that on the pirate quest when you're trying to get your fledges, and you can banish different creatures here if you prefer. So what I'm going to do is switch to duplicate. So we have digitize and duplicate, and then I'm just going to adventure here until we get to the blooper. There we go. So we'll olfact, we'll duplicate, and then we'll kill the blooper. If you have the Halloweener dog, you'll have an encounter after about 5 turns here that will give you some pixels as well. But ideally, we don't want to be spending a whole ton of turns here. Don't farm for the red pixel potions while you're here. It's a waste of time. You just want to get that digital key as fast as you can. We don't need red pixel potions because we're going to be doing the Frat Hippie War, and you get healing items at the end of that that are more than enough to defeat the Shadow. So, I mean, if you get a couple of the potions here, that's fine. You can make them and use them if you want, but that's not our goal here. We're not going to spend any extra turns here trying to get those. And of course, you can let Mafia run it for you, and Mafia will automatically make the key once you have enough ingredients. So we'll go ahead and give it 6 turns and see if we get the key at the end of that. And there we go, 3 more adventures and we got it. So from here, what we need to do is get to level 11. So we'll use up the rest of our time spinner. We got 1 left. And we got a time residue. You can use that too, but it's still going to cost a turn. So I'll just save that. You can sell them in the mall as well. They get a decent amount of meat. So we'll use all those compounded experience, and we'll use the rest of our free rest in the chateau. And we hit level 11, so let's go ahead and go talk to the council and get the black market quest. Switch to your reassembled blackbird and change your mood to the plus combat mood. And what we're looking for is we want to have +5 for our combat encounters. So you can either swap out the fish hatchet for something else, and that will bump it up after you run your mood, or you can use your Asden Martin to boost it up as well, but we're going to save that for now. And we'll go to the Black Forest. We're going to still hit that non-combat here periodically. And that's fine, because we'll want to hit it at least once to get the beehive, which we'll need for the first floor of the tower tomorrow. So what we want to hopefully get here is, as soon as possible, we want to get the snake and the Black Panther. Once we've killed both of those, we should have the parts to make another reassembled Blackbird, and that way we can put this one back in our terrarium and get out our main familiar that we want. Next time you get the non-combat, attack the bushes. If we had been able to switch to our tot, we probably would have gotten 3 blackberries here, which can help us with speeding up this quest. I don't normally use the berries to get the galoshes unless I have them soon enough that I haven't already discovered 3 landmarks along the way. Otherwise, you're better off just getting the moccasins. They're item that boosts initiative, and that can help you out with the layer test later on. So we do have the parts for a reassembled Blackbird now. We can confirm that real quick by checking here to make sure. Yep, we do have one. So I'm putting my top back on, and then we'll finish up here. And we got our 4th landmark, about 80% of the way done with the forest. And more than likely we're going to not get this non-combat again, so these blackberries won't be used for anything. But if you do get it, since we're already almost done mapping the Black Forest, there we go. I would just do the moccasins like I was saying. So let's go ahead and hit the black market. We'll buy a can of black paint, the forged ID documents, and then let's go on a vacation to get the MacGuffin quest. Let's put our fish hatchet back on. Go bust that ghost. And then restore our HP. And what we'll want to do here is buff up our combat encounters a little bit more. And we'll do that by driving obnoxiously. Put on your pirate outfit. Go to the island, and then go to Bartleby's Bargain Bookstore, get our big book of pirate insults and our bridge dictionary. And let's go ahead and untinker that real quick. And hit the chasm. We're going to put down our planks from that bridge and that we got from the fish hatchet. That gets us about halfway across. We'll finish that up tomorrow. And then go to the cove. And you want to use any means of doing this for free here. So we'll use our pirate insult, we'll use macro meteorite, we'll use our insult again, and macro meteorite. One more. And it looks like we still have another cast for that, so let's do that again until we run out of those. Alright, that's the last one. If we had any more Shattering Punch, I would use those as well. Guide here will keep track of how many insults you have. So we have 3 so far, and that basically only cost us 1 turn. Now you can use Mafia and let it run it for you. I set the goal as a total of 7 pirate insults. That only gives you like a 62% chance of success at beer pong, but that's good enough. Alright, so we had a little bit of bad luck collecting the insults there, and it's taken quite a bit of turns. So we're now going to drink our first astral energy drink now that we're level 11. You don't want to drink one before that. It's a waste. And that gives us 32 adventures. So let's go ahead and see how we do with getting the rest of those insults. Okay, so we're at 6. We just need 1 more. And there's our 7th one. So let's go ahead and use the map. And then go back. We're going to need a frilly skirt, which you can get from the Degrassi Knoll. Purchase that, equip it, then use the blueprints. And we'll choose the cat burgle option. Make sure you put those pants back on before you go back to the bar. Alright, so we'll go ahead and try playing beer pong. Now, with only 7 insults, you're not guaranteed to win. That's okay. Usually you'll get it, but sometimes it will take a couple times. And Mafia, of course, will choose the correct responses for you. So yeah, we failed our first shot. Let's go ahead and give it another. Alright. One more time. There we go. And now we'll have the Fort Castle here open. Here is a good place to use your banishes if you still have them. What I'm going to do real quick is feed our car so we get another banish. We need to have at least 50 to be able to use a banish with the car. So we'll head back over there. Make sure you got your item buffing familiar here. We need the creamy pirate, the cleanly pirate, and the curmudgeonly pirate. So once you get the ball polish, use it. If you get the crusty pirate, banish him. Then we'll get the rigging shampoo. We'll use that. If you get the clingy pirate, make sure you use a cocktail napkin. That is a free banish that only works on this one. And then we got our curmudgeonly pirate. Use the mizzen mast mop right away. And then adventure here one more time to get our fledges. Alright, so now what we're going to do is put on our normal gear. Head over to the Spooky Raven Manor. We got to do 5 turns in the ballroom. And if you get the dance card and you want to do the whole Rotting Matilda thing, you can. Doesn't really matter. Moxie isn't our main stat, so unless you're trying to get it higher for survival purposes, you don't really need to do that. If you get the quartet adventure here, go ahead and choose to have them reduce your combat encounters. Alright, so we should be getting the one we're looking for here. Oh, we got a digitized bishop here. Alright, there we go. So we'll play the music. Then we'll head downstairs. Mafia will do this automatically, but if you're not using Mafia for some strange reason, make sure you put the Spooky Raven spectacles on before you do this. You want to read the recipe with those on so that you can unlock the part of the quest to get the wine bomb. So we got 11 adventures left. We do have a little bit of spleen room, but we're going to go ahead and get prepared for the end of the day here. So we'll hit the Haunted Wine Cellar. If you get the Mad Wino, go ahead and disintegrate them. That's going to get us the Psychotic Train Wine, which will be our nightcap. And then Pie Man Was Not Meant to Eat is a great food to feed your car. And then we'll just go ahead and olfact the wine rack here. And we'll let it run to try to get the Chateau de Vinegar. And we got that after 4 adventures. So we do have 5 turns left. We're going to go ahead and save those. So at this point, we're going to want to start wrapping things up. So let's pulverize anything that can make some wads for us. Make sure you don't pulverize any of your outfit for the frats. And then we'll round out our spleen with that. You can use your PvP fights today if you want. I save them for day 2. And then let's just double check. We have 2 more witches fights left. We didn't do our tentacle fight yet, and we have 1 more free rest. So let's go ahead and fight the tentacle. And it's not really anything useful for this in run other than the stats you get from fighting it. You could digitize it if you really wanted to get more of the effluvium. We'll hit our remaining witches encounters here. And you can choose it. And then you can do your daily challenge if you'd like. If you've already done them all before, you'll get the puzzle champ effect right away. Use our last free rest. Any extra free fights you have, you'll want to use those as well. And then we'll want to go to our KGB. Set it to plus adventures and try running the meat buff to see if we can get that unlocked. And we ran out of clicks without getting it, so we should hopefully be able to get it tomorrow. So then hit the adventures for your modifier, and we'll just do creatable. Make sure you check to see what ore the trapper needs. If the trapper needs chrome, do not make a chrome sword. And then we'll go ahead and equip all that. And let's drink our nightcap. Alright, so just to kind of wrap up where we're at right now, we're at 257 turns played. We're about halfway to level 12 from level 11. And we're going to start tomorrow with 100 adventures and basically a clean slate with our stomach, liver, and spleen. You may have noticed that we didn't do the steel organ quest to get the liver of steel. Really is a waste of time unless you're going to be in run for more than 3 days. If you're doing 3 days or less, skip it. It's going to probably cost you at least 30 adventures to get the steel liver, and you're not going to make that many adventures back from your booze over the next 2 days. Obviously, we can't use it today to get any extra adventures because that liver space is used by the steel margarita. So join me tomorrow and we'll go through the rest of the run. We're definitely going to finish this in less than 2 days. The question is whether we can get it in under 550 turns. I'm hoping that we can, but definitely get back here tomorrow and we'll finish it up and we'll see where we go from here.